Welcome into the Stanford Cardinal Dynasty, where today we host in-state Pac-12 rival in the UCLA Bruins, a team we have seen a lot of success against during our time here under Coach Barrington. And outside of the stumble in Week 3 against Colorado, it's been a really good start to the season under Coach Barrington, coming off a dominant win against UNLV in what really was their welcome to the Pac-12 showing. Dominated 52-27 with a little hiccup there in the third quarter. But really the thing to highlight from this game, we needed to see Montrell Avant put a good game in, and he very much did so. 4 touchdowns, 75% complete. Nick Terrell came in the second half and he stumbled around a little bit. 85% complete, but he did throw 1 interception and a touchdown. Gordon Draft came in the fourth quarter, and he was 100% 5 of 5 passing, had a passing touchdown. He even got stuck in a little bit in the running game, but really it was all Parrish and Montrell Dog. But the real highlight of that game was Deshaun Blousay. 13 catches, 230 yards, 3 touchdowns. Haddad, Buck, and Moses also had a touchdown. And defensively, no one really stuck out. Everyone got well involved, and as a team, we shut down the Rebels. And that is all to get us prepared to face off against UCLA, who are 2-1. They beat Auburn in Week 1, 22-17, dropped the game to Hawaii by 2 scores, and then dominated FCS West. They are quarterbacked by redshirt senior in Davis, and he was really good in the last showing. He has 7 touchdowns this year already to just 1 interception, 71% complete. Running the ball, Walter Marshall, their primary running back, the redshirt junior, averaging about 7 yards a carry. However, it is David Poole, the true senior, who gets the ball in the end zone more often. And receiving, it really is by committee. 16 catches for Newcomb, 17 for Chow, 10 for Cutting and Poole, with a little bit of help from the slot and backup running back position. But Newcomb has done the most with his targets, as he's racked up 70 yards after the catch. Defensively, Greg Hicks leads them in tackles with 18. They don't make too many stops in the running game. In the backfield, however, we do have to worry about Evan Ledbetter, the right end redshirt senior, as he's already racked up 4.5 sacks this season. And as we look to continue a dominant showing on defense and all-out offense, we are underway here in Palo Alto. Ed Keenan will take the touchback. Cardinal offense will start at the 25. Montrell Avant should be healthy with a little bit of rest after that midway break. The offense as a whole should be very much ready after their biggest performance this year, starting with a 2-yard rush. But it was the balance of the offense that was very forefront in the last episode. Expect to see a little bit more of that as they get Lucas involved in the passing game. He picks up about 6 on the catch, leaving 3rd and 3. Haddad in motion left side. They look his way across the middle, but ball is off the mark. It's picked off by 56, getting to the outside. A flag is down, and it looks like it is on the Cardinals, so it will be a turnover for the Cardinal to start this game. UCLA takes over at the 32. And for a play the Cardinal run quite often, a surprise that Montrell Avant that far off on the throw. Bruins look to pass the ball play 1, dump it off to Poole, who's got the first down. Richardson gets the tackle. And they'll get back to the line quickly here. 1st and 10, now under pressure and dropped. It's Rico Cote coming on the blitz. A massive sack by the senior, loss of 13. Pushes the Bruins back to the 27, but jumping early is actually Troussaint, the tackle of the Bruins. It'll back him up an extra 5. 2 big misses there for UCLA coming off the turnover. It's now 2nd and 28. Under pressure again, diving pick, and it is Jalen Day-Sumlin. Another senior on this Cardinal team making the play and showing a lot of athleticism. Erases the early turnover for the Cardinal. Their offense can hit the field at the 23 like a brand new game. And Natty in motion, the tight end 2. As they hand this one off, Parrish looks to get it to the outside, shakes one, then gets popped. Goes as a gain of 6, play 1, and a 2nd and 4. Avant play action. A little bit of rush for him, and they got a tight end downfield in Buck. Spinning grab, but can't stay in bounds. Cardinal, they jump down to the 44. And that's a really big play, again, answering from the last throw that was the turnover. Montrell Avant here going with the wide receiver screen. Haddad gets to the outside, but he's got pursuit coming and getting the tackle 56, who I'm pretty sure had the interception the last drive. Cardinal, though, down inside the red zone thanks to Bryce Haddad, who did have just as good of a game last week, about 60, 70 yards. Under pressure here and throwing it away, Montrell Avant. Now we're seeing a little bit of a fold we started to introduce last week. It's Gordon Draft coming out here. He's the running quarterback of the Cardinal as he takes the read option and loses 3. He definitely didn't want to miss out on his chance to run. It's a 3rd and 13, 2 spread either side here for the Cardinal. Avant back in. He's barking a call out there. They need to find a big play under pressure. Stepping up, they've got Lanier right side, and it's a touchdown for the Cardinal. On 3rd and 13, Montrell Avant kept his eyes downfield throw. Kept Lanier in bounds, and the redshirt freshman finds his 2nd touchdown on the season. And why Coach Bearington loves Lanier so much is he was also on special teams. Got the stop back at the 16. 2 big plays for the young guy here on the Cardinal. Quick throw out to Poole for the Bruins. And so far, the stats are speaking true. Poole getting a lot more involved in the passing game. RPO to the outside. They find Newcomb with a short gain. It's the senior in Stevens who gets the tackle. 3rd and 6. And trying to buy time, eventually rolling out and chopped out by Stevenson. They give him the first down. That one extremely close, so they're going to go hurry up here, try to get the ball snapped before a booth review comes in. Though they're taking their time, so it appears that the booth does confirm that first down while it was close. Quick throw to the outside and tripping and can't stay in bounds. They find Cho. The Bruins must like this 4-4 look here the Cardinal are in as they keep going hurry up and they keep picking up the first down. If this is to persist, expect a timeout to come in soon here from Coach Barrington just to slow it down. And bouncing it to the outside, Marshall's got the first down. Cardinal had a good push on that play. They just couldn't get him down in time. Run left side, gain of 4, the least gained play so far in this drive. The 2nd and 6, they go spread empty here. Trips right side to the left, though they don't like that look. They're going to change it. Marshall back to the backfield. Poole goes to the right-hand side. They bring in the tight end, and Cantwell delivers a monster hit in on Davis. It will be a big loss there, 3rd and 11. 2 to the left, 1 to the right here, keeping the hurry up going. Rolling right side, throwing out late and close to the tree. After a promising start, they'll have to settle for the field goal. Femi Chung, their kicker here, he's got a leg, and he drills the long field goal. Bruins on the board make it 7-3, answering the Cardinal touchdown. But coming off such a strong drive, can the Cardinal strike again? Well, they start with the RPO and get it out to Moses. Big hit comes in from 10. Does a great job of limiting that one. Just a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. They hand this one off Parrish. He looks for a lane down the middle and picks up about 7. And as the Cardinal typically do here, 3rd and short, they bring out the first down specialist, Montrell Dog. He needs 2, and he's got 2 plus more. Following the block of Lucas, a nice little stiff arm there down inside the 45. He always provides such a nice change of pace at that running back spot. Now they do bring the blitz, throwing it out to Dog, who gets the catch, about another gain of 5. That is one new fold to the offense this year. A lot more use of the fullback than the previous couple. 2nd and 5. Going right side, throwing for Buck, who's got the first down, his 2nd of the game. Down to the 42. As they come out, 2 tight ends left side, 1 receiver either side. And throwing it downfield, Natty course corrects, gets the grab down inside the 10. Maybe a little bit more down the field, and that might be a touchdown. But it's a solid way to end the first quarter. A big passing play as Montrell Avant finds his tight end 2. And this in-state Pac-12 battle is heating up. We got a first and goal at the 8 as we start the second quarter. RPO again to the outside is Moses. He's got the angle and he's got 6 more. 2 touchdowns in back-to-back weeks. Moses is starting to rack up those points, especially for being a big body slot. But he shows off the athleticism as he tacks on 7 more points here for the Card. And with the board now reading 14-3, Bruins retake the field. A good start to their last drive. Davis, he bursts through the line. Good blocking downfield from the receiver, 13. That play should have been a loss instead. UCLA up to the 44. As they come out with a spread look here, trips right-hand side. First and 10, pass downfield, picked off Jalen Day Sumlin. It's his second turnover of the game. Cardinal can head back on out at the 47, already up 14-3. Can the offense find a big strike here, play 1? Where they're looking downfield for a Natty, but he couldn't get the ball out cleanly. And has been something the Cardinal have been working on, is keeping their quarterback clean. He takes a pretty big hit there. Parrish takes it to the outside and limited space. I actually marked that as no gain, so 3rd and 10. Bruins defense need to come up big here. Open target, but again under pressure. Bruins defense stands after the pick. Now at times, UCLA has looked really good coming into this game. Davis just had the 1 interception, has 2 on this one. They've just got to be consistent. Now that is a phrase used quite often in football, and it is hard to achieve. But that's what you got to strive for. Pass to the outside, 13 cuts back towards the middle and pushes for the first. That is JP Cutting, listed wide receiver 1 here for the Bruins, though he hasn't done as much with those targets. TFL with a little bit of help from Nelson. First getting there was Richardson. Brings up a 2nd and 12. They go spread empty. Trips to the right-hand side. It's a quarterback draw. Davis, he's got room and he's got the first. Everyone downfield had no idea he scrambled, or actually just took it as the run from the first place. They'll get back to the line here at the 38. Trips go left, cutting to the right. Davis back in the pocket. Had a receiver open for a second. Throws late and is picked off. Mattingly. That's the backup inside linebacker, who's just happened to be at the right place at the right time. Davis has not been able to keep a hold of that ball. And it's the 3rd senior on the defense of the Cardinal to get a turnover today. First and 10, they hand this one off. It looked like they had the RPO deep shot, but the better option was to just hand it off. They did so, picking up 3. Play action off of it. Trying to get to the outside, getting it out just in time. Natty has to sky up for it. He picks up about 8. Cardinal O-line, though, does need to tune things up a little bit. Bruins starting to get some pressure. But a 3rd and 1. It's Montrell Dog with space to the left-hand side. Couldn't burst through that little seam. But he gives the Cardinal another big first down on a 3rd and short. First and 10 here at the 19. Keeping with that same look, they bring the pressure. Rolling right side, throwing out to Dog, and it looked like Blausey broke it up. Dog tried the spinning grab, and I think he hit Blausey's helmet with it. First and 10. They again go with an RPO. Parrish takes it down the middle, trucks through the defenders. He picks up 6. And again leaves the Cardinal with a 3rd and medium. They need 4 here. Under center and dropping back. Going right-hand side, Haddad gets the catch, but in tight space, he can't get the first. So out comes ETN here. They will try to widen their lead, or they'll actually look to throw. And dumping this one off, it's caught by Buck, and that'll be the first down. Nick Terrell's speed very much pays off, and for the 2nd straight game, we see at least 3 quarterbacks hit the field for the Cardinal. Parrish takes the stretch for limited success. And now as they bring out Gordon Draft, it is 3 quarterbacks on this drive alone for the Cardinal. Second and goal. Handing this one off, Parrish with a big block from Hoyting, tosses the defender down. Parrish can run by as the Cardinal widen that lead. Coming off the pick from Mattingly, the fourth down conversion by Nick Terrell. And Stanford now has as many touchdowns as UCLA has points. They need to find an answer here soon. First and 10, they start back at the 12, and all over it was Nelson. Needs a little bit of help. Cleaned up in the backfield. Goes as a loss of 4 for the Bruins as they throw it out. Poole, and he can't get out of bounds. Jalen Day-Sumlin, one heck of an effort there to bring him down in bounds, keep that clock moving. As we approach the 2-minute break here, it's 3rd and 12 for the Bruins. They'll look to throw this ball, sending 4 deep, and Davis scrambles under it, slides down, and the Bruins will be forced to punt. Following that stop, it's 1st and 10 here for the Cardinal, and Gordon Draft is in at quarterback, and he can't get the ball out quick enough. You saw him attempt a couple throws in that last game. They just want to keep the defense honest. 1st and 10, it's Montrell Avant back in at quarterback as they're going play action. Throwing out and not finding Haddad, broken up. Pass perhaps a little bit too far downfield, keep it a little bit shorter. Easier catch, a 3rd and 10, hard count. The defenseman jumped early, causing the move of a Modi Nigbun. It will be encroachment, making this a 3rd and 5, far more manageable. With 1:45, and they get another guy to jump. However, flag is not thrown. Ball is thrown, and it's picked off. A play that should have not have counted. A free play for the Cardinal ends up being a big play for Jameer Benjamin, and perhaps a big play for the rest of this game if UCLA can capitalize. They start at the 47, pass across the middle, and that ought to be about field goal range. We've seen a lot of plays from Poole out of the receiver spot today. He is listed as a running back, but gets more play in that slot as they go up for him here. Stevenson with a good coverage. Of course, Coach Barrington very impressed with what Stevenson did over the offseason. Really improved his athleticism and his all-around play. And he got the start here this season, his final season. We've already seen him make a couple big plays. UCLA does call their first timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Just over a minute left. Throw across the middle. They find their tight end chopped out by Rico Cote, and another quick timeout. UCLA marching as they come out with an empty set. Exactly 1 minute on the clock. Pass underneath. Finds the dig, finding JP Cutting. And outside of the turnovers thrown today by Davis, he's been pretty accurate. Ball outside, and JP Cutting brings it in. A great play there in tight double coverage. Leaves 1st and goal at the 1. Under 20 seconds as they've got to snap this one. They look to pass the ball. Going to the left-hand side and not caught. A whole lot of bodies over there, but none find a hands. 2nd and goal. Goal line v goal line. They look to pass, and it's off the top of a helmet. Ball will hit the turf safely here for the Bruins. 3rd and goal. They go with the option, and all over it, Sony Fotu. They will have to call that final timeout here if they want to get the field goal off. The Cardinal bend, they don't break following that turnover. They will bring out Chung for another field goal opportunity. A harsh angle here, but he's got it. And the Cardinal will head into halftime up 21-6. Now the Bruins will get the ball after halftime. It was a hot start from the offense. Defense, they play very well throughout that half. A couple mistakes on the Cardinals side have kept this game slightly closer than what it could be. But outside the pair of interceptions for Avant, he is 61%, 2 touchdowns. Parrish is averaging 4 yards a carry and a touchdown, and receiving, it is currently Buck leading the way with 3 catches, 37 yards. And of course, Jalen Day-Sumlin with 2 interceptions as he leads the defense out onto the field to start the second half. Handing it off and not finding any space is Marshall. Nelson tracks him down from that far side. They mark it a gain of 2, 2nd and 8 as they go play action. Going to left-hand side, and Cho is out. Again, another short gain for the Bruins. Leaves 3rd and 5, and tipped again, and falls to the grass in front of Rico Cote. A quick 3 and out. The Cardinal offense can hit the field at the 43. They start with a strong pistol set here, hanging off Parrish to the weak hand side. Spins off the first tackle, picking up an extra 2. That'll only help increase his average today. 2nd and 3. As they swing it out, Moses, he has to adjust to the throw, but he still picks up that first. A few catches for him today, one of which was a touchdown earlier on a similar play. 1st and 10 and looking to throw. Avant spins out of the pocket, looks to pick up a block, which he gets, and a late hit out of bounds. No flag. I'm sure both he and Coach Bearington were expecting one. Cardinals snap the ball 1 second on the play clock. Rolling. They've got a Natty downfield. Touchdown, Cardinal. Rolling, finding that deep ball over the top. What a throw from Montrell Avant. Utilizing the speed at tight end. The wheel route works to perfection. And it's a quick strike from the Cardinal to begin this second half. Now 28-6. UCLA, they got to find some big plays this half. As they start down the middle, Marshall finds 4. We see big number 95 in Cantwell get the tackle, bringing up 2nd and 6. They go RPO, swinging it out to Poole. Does make a couple nice moves and picks up the first down for the Bruins. He's made a couple big plays with that passing game, and a interesting look that won't see the snap as Cantwell jumps early. So it does appear the refs know how to call that. Of course, the Cardinal had a interesting no call in the end of that first half that shouldn't have been an interception. A free play wasn't called. They go Poole on the jet sweep, and it goes nowhere. A quick stop there from Nelson. Very much gets stuck in both the pass rush and the run stopping. 2nd and 9. RPO again going to the outside. They find Cho, who will get the first down. Jalen Day met him, but just about a yard or 2 past the line to gain. They get their tight end a lot of action. RPO again and throwing to JP Cutting, gain of 6. Not a whole lot of down the field play for the Bruins, keeping everything kind of nice and tight. 2 players move early, but it looks like Cantwell will be called again. 2nd time this drive. And of course, there was a lot of talk when Coach Barrington did recruit Cantwell. The first 5-star to be brought in, but he hasn't seen playing time until his junior year. And with those penalties, he's not helping himself out. Limited gain again for Poole. Cardinal for the last few years have had one of the best run defenses in all of college football. 2nd and 9, and looking for the cutback lane, finding 3 is Marshall. Perhaps the OC not quite trusting Davis after those first half interceptions. A lot more running this second half. 3rd and 6, they will be forced to throw. He's got Cutting shy of the line to gain. Camp brings him down at the 39, but down by 3 scores. In the 3rd quarter, UCLA stays on out. As they hand this one off, Marshall, he breaks the tackle of Stevenson, bounces it to the outside. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown, UCLA. Should have been stuffed in the backfield, instead touchdown, and they were quite desperate for it. Now, will they go for 2 here earlier on? By the looks of it, they indeed will be. Offense stays out, trips left side, 1 to the right. Marshall in the backfield next to Davis. They will look to throw this ball. Sumlin trying to just find a little space, and, well, good coverage downfield. Pass rush arrives. It'll just be 6. But with the gap slightly narrowed, offense hits the field. 28-12, Maryland I. Montreal Dog takes it left-hand side, and a strong run of 5. Again, typically not the big hitter, first down specialist. They keep with that same look, rolling right side. Late dump off is Buck. He's got the first down, at least his 3rd of the day. They had several tight ends out on a route on that one. It's 1st and 10 here at the 34. They got a weak pistol set. Parrish takes it right-hand side, finds a little gap behind the right guard, and surfs over the bodies. He narrowly does not find the first down. 2nd and inches. Spread out look here, and they will hand it off Parrish, who will get the first down, not a whole lot extra. Whether they'll let him catch his breath. They bring out Montreal Dog. The next play, 2 tight ends left-hand side. Handing it off his way. cuts it to the outside, and he's got another first down. That run will take us to the fourth quarter. Cardinal, they're still on top here, 28-12. A big fourth down conversion for the touchdown for the Bruins. Got them a little bit of action here. But with only one touchdown to 2 field goals, they are going to need a lot more here. Cardinal in charge. They just need to finish. As they set up the wide receiver screen here, Blouse, haven't called his name much today. He gets 3. Of course, a lot of other players have made big plays for the Cardinal. They very much spread the ball out, not forcing anything to one particular player. Getting that ball out, Natty. He's had a big game, breaks out the spin move, tight end spin. All right. I really don't get to see that too often here. Fullback out at receiver spot here. As they hand this one off, Montreal Dog, he's got another first down, a near gain of 15. And it looks like we'll see him a good bit of the way as Parrish is on the sideline, helmet off. See if there's an update on that at a future point. Rolling right side, out for Haddad, who catches up to it. The speed, too much for UCLA, and another passing touchdown for Montreal Avant. And keeping the touchdown streak going for Bryce Haddad. The Cardinal continue to snuff out any flame the Bruin eventually find. Again, coming off that nice fourth down conversion for the touchdown by Marshall. They are now down again by multiple scores. And as we're in the last 7 minutes of this game, they're going to need to find some bigger plays than their checkdowns. 2nd and 3, it's a spread empty look here, and another quick throw outside, eventually bumped out by Asher. I believe that's only the 2nd catch on the day for number 2 in Terry Newcomb. But a really good game last season. Haven't seen him much so far in this one. As Davis looks to scramble, sliding down instead of taking that big hit from Richardson. With that 2nd and 4, another spread empty look. Pass right side and picked off Stevenson. That's got to be the 4th, if not the 5th interception today. And it's another senior making the play. He didn't make the tackle on the previous drive, led to that touchdown. But he answers this drive. And with that, the Cardinal offense can start their 4-minute offense here a little bit early. 5:36 and counting. Montreal Avant, he's rolling right-hand side, and he tosses this one up and over the top of Buck. Very interesting call there for Avant to throw it. He also had the check down underneath. It was quite a bit more open. Dog takes the carry to the outside and picks up 6. But I guess when you could run it as successfully as the Cardinal have, you could go for it there on first. It's 3rd and 4. You could let that play clock roll all the way down, and Dog is stopped short. But surprisingly, Cardinals stay out here 4th and 3. Hard count, no one jumps. They go with hard count again, and it looks like Brooks jumps early. Try to get that free first down. They will punt from here. UCLA finally picks up that stop, but is it too late? 4:04, and they're going to need several touchdowns here. Finding the late dump off is Newcomb, his 3rd grab, and he's brought down about the 40. Will we see UCLA finally start to air out that ball? Most of their offense has been kept short, squeezing it in there, but broken up by Sumlin. But indeed, they did spread it out a little bit. That a deeper shot than their average today. Under pressure, Nelson nearly picks up the sack. He's racked up 5 solo tackles today, been in the backfield quite often. 3rd and 10, another empty set here, UCLA. Tossing downfield and over the top of Atkinson, turning down the field, it's Marshall in for a 2nd touchdown. Apparently he's the only one today to show up for the Bruins. 2 touchdowns matches their 2 field goals. They'll attempt to go for 2 here, try to make this 35-20. Spread empty look here against the 4-4 defense, and Davis tucks this one and he's blown up. It is no good. But UCLA will bring out the onside recovery team, and it's caught Atkins. Cardinal can try to run out the clock here behind Montreal Dog. Gordon Draft still in at quarterback. It kind of looks like Montreal Avant's day is done. We've heard Coach Bearington talking a lot about the nagging injuries and all that for a couple players here on the Cardinal team. Perhaps that is also why we do not see Parrish out there. When you're as deep as the Cardinal are here at running back, you don't have to have them out there every single play. Play clock at 1, snapping the ball here, draft. It's the counter. Dog picks up 2. As the 2-minute warning hits, another running back checks in here for the Cardinal. It is Thompson. He had several touchdowns as a true freshman. 2nd and 8. Look at the motion there. To the outside, Thompson, he breaks it. He's got an angle for 6 more. Lowers the shoulder and powers in. He had a touchdown called back. Believe last week, might have been the week prior to. He gets his touchdown back here late on against the Bruins, and with it, it's the 40 bomb for the Cardinal, 42-18. Do the Bruins have any magic left? Mostly with Marshall, as it seems. As they look to pass the ball here under pressure, Cardinal continue to bring the blitz. Camp gets there first, Sony Fotu helps clean it. For Davis, who had such a good start to this season, 7 touchdowns, 1 interception. It has not been a good game for him as he barely gets that one out before taking the safety. Bruins are left with a 3rd and 16. Cardinal, they bring the blitz, throw downfield, picked off Hennessy, as he's actually looking for a decent return here, down to the 30. And that is officially the 5th interception on the day for Davis. Cardinal offense can take the field one last time. Could they find 50 points here? Well, starting with the Maryland Eye, it is Parrish. So it seems like he's not suffering any big injury if injuries are a concern. But we do see another new running back here. It is Sulai. Takes the carry left side, nearly finding the first down, and it is a timeout called by the Cardinal. A little bit of a surprising call there. Again, 42-18, 18 seconds left. Are they looking for that 50 bomb? Well, it's dropped by Lucas. And with what could very well be the final play here of this game. Hard count, someone did jump, but they didn't call it. Rolling, throwing, second, no, dropped. That is game. Moses nearly had his 2nd touchdown of the game, but it will end 42-18. A dominant showing here for number 10, Stanford. And that's something they have to show consistently day in, day out. When it's not against top-tier teams, we should be blowing teams out. But today's win was largely led on the defensive side. Jalen Day-Sumlin, 2 interceptions, 1 for Hennessy Mattingly and Stevenson. But I will shout out Walter Marshall, who had 71 yards rushing, 61 receiving, and 2 touchdowns. And it is a good thing that this team has built up as much as they have, recovering from that Colorado game these last 2 weeks, because our next game might be the toughest of the season, as we've got the battle of the Crimson versus the Cardinal, as we host Alabama. It's going to be 12 versus 5. And I have feelings that this could be similar to a couple seasons ago where we played against USC, and that was an early indication of who was going to make the playoffs and who wasn't. So we have to be on top of our game next time, as Alabama is coming in here with a 91 overall team. Now, they have already dropped 1 game this year, 38-17 against Ole Miss. But then they destroyed Georgia, 48-31. They also beat FCS Southeastern. We all know that that hasn't been the easiest. They beat the Cowboys 31-24, so this should be a really good game, and they have a tough stretch as they face LSU right after us. And this game is also really important for us because we have recruits who are scheduled to come in. Unfortunately, one of those recruits just committed to Oregon, a second defender for us that commits to our former DC, who didn't even go to be the head coach of Oregon. He just left us to be their DC. So he's stealing some of our players. We got to destroy Oregon the next time we face them. But Keener is coming off of our list. We do have Roland who's coming in. He is a top receiver here, second of all receivers. Next up at free safety, we do have Mendez coming in. He is the second safety as well. And one that's really coming down to the wire here in Joe Wesovich, the 5-star power back, currently just by a slim margin favoring Alabama. He's coming in. If we beat Alabama, we might be able to clinch this commit next week. Now, unfortunately, it is too late to add a player to this week. Since Keener decided to go to Oregon, he kind of doubly messed us up because we could have had someone like Jason Blair come in this week, who we are in a semi-close battle because there are other visits scheduled between our time of which we would be able to really offer him next. As we can't offer him week 10 or week 12, our best offer would be week 13. So this is something that we might need to dump more points in to try to get the job done beforehand. But all in all, we are doing quite well with our 5 stars. We've just had those 2 decide to go to Oregon. We already landed Ringo, so we do land a power guard. Now for the 4 stars, we're actually still doing surprisingly well for a good handful of these. I have narrowed down a couple of them who have definitely started to favor other teams. One that might be going elsewhere and probably will be is Hippenhammer. Because he had such a great name, I wanted to keep this for during this segment. We will be removing him from the list. Great name. We will be playing against him as he most likely is going to UW. We're in a couple tight battles here for some of these, and now that we are gaining a lot more hours and a lot of these other guys are closer to finding their commits, we'll start to give some more hours to the 4 stars. But that is where we leave it off for today. A dominant win to round out the week. But we start next week with a very big battle against Alabama. As we saw, they are a 90+ overall team. We are the better team on paper. But this is going to come down to everyone making some big plays. We got to hold down Odom, their receiver. We got 2 good corners on the outside. Safeties were making plays today. We are now up to 5 in the college football rankings, and we need to stay there. If not, continue our climb to the top. So make sure you stick around, hit that bell icon bottom right, or scroll down, hit the sub button, and definitely tap that bell icon so you're notified of when these videos go live. This series every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Plus, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise every single Tuesday and Thursday as we started a new season with them this week. Make sure you're checking it out over there. But the biggest game coming up, it's going to be against Bama. Can we pull off the win?